welcome my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw shadow read. What do I need shadow read for this full moon in Sagittarius, which we're still in? It was yesterday, technically eclipse and all, to the new moon in Gemini in June. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, dater of many, an Aquarian male, by the way, the Archangel of Lyons, because it takes one to date an Aquarian, joking, sort of, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Literally just came in from outside, beautiful sunny day here in Holbrook, Long Island, getting up to 80 degrees, out sitting on my deck with my plants. My tomatoes are coming up like crazy. I'm so excited and very happy to be doing this reading. Just literally meditated 2 minutes ago outside. Downloads are hovering, ready to rock and roll, so let's get down to business. 7-card draw, 1 card from 7 different decks to get you the clues, tips, and hints that you need for a specific timeline. We're looking at the full moon in Sagittarius, which was yesterday at the time of this recording, Wednesday, May 26th, 7:14 a.m. Eastern. So we're doing a waning moon read, right, for the next 2 weeks or whenever you're watching this, to the new moon in Gemini, Thursday, June 10th, 6:53 a.m. So these reads have been wild this time around. They're shadow reads because waning moon is usually about shadow work, letting go, releasing, alchemizing from lead to gold, toxic to healthy, the tricky stuff. And just remember, the 3 days before new moon, any new moon is called dark of the moon. That's really when the shadow work becomes imperative, right? It's the darkness before the dawn, death before rebirth, however you want to see that. Crucifixion before resurrection, oh, take your pick, right? The ashes before the rise of the phoenix. I could go on, I won't. So that's what my guide said this time, because we've got Saturn in retrograde and Mercury in retrograde in Gemini. I don't think, I'm pretty sure Saturn's not in Gemini, but Mercury is, and that's its ruler. And particularly for the air signs, guys, it's going to trine you. It's going to hit angles, right? So sometimes it's a good thing, but, you know, so we're going to look at this with the pantheons of my divine. Now, before we start doing the cards on the table, a couple of things. Number 1, standard YouTube reading rules apply. I've been saying it, and I think I'm going to keep saying it. I don't understand why anybody thumbs down a reading, a YouTube reading. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't happen a lot to me, actually, because I'm either your taste of the day or I'm not, right? I'm okay with that. But it either means, when somebody does that, the intuitive hit I always get is that they either are angry that's not their read, or it is their read and they don't like what they're saying. Either way, thumbs up anyway, right? It helps circulate the information to people who may be in need. It's just how the algorithm works, and yes, it's all in the divine plan, but do your part. Thumbs up, and I don't care if you mind or not, but if you thumbs down, I'm going to be like, womp womp. Anyway, the other thing, both feet on the floor if you can. Don't have to, but it's helpful to stay here and now. Focus on your breath, if you will. You are an Aquarius, fixed air, so focus on your breath. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace. And if you want to check out my book, Words of Grace, it's on Kindle. There's links below. I'm tired of talking about it because I've talked about it for 2 months straight. So let's just get up in this gig. I am ready to rock and roll. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. It's a little tricky to say right now. With lots of cool links on the way down if you want to check out other stuff that I do, as well as other videos that I recommend. I guess that's about it. Let's do this. Oh, I'm tired of explaining. I'd rather read. Breathe. Yes, indeed. We're going to start with Caroline Mace archetype deck. My collective pantheons. I do call ye forth my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly for this point. We'll see if that clarifies more. And the higher selves of all involved for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. That is the dominant archetype hovering in their 8th chakra above their head. That's really affecting everything else below it, right? The shadow work that they need to do, alchemizing lead to gold, shadow to light, toxic to healthy. This could be somebody that they're dealing with, but nonetheless, it's part of what they came in to deal with at this point in their life. A situation, all of that, some of that. What do you got for them this full moon in Sag to new in Gem? The Alchemist archetype. Now, who got this one? I remember seeing it. Oh no, that was a private reading I did for somebody, right? They're allowed to blend together. I'm 52 years old. Yes, I know I don't look it, thank you. Those recipes I may take to my grave, but leave to my past life son. So the alchemist archetype, darling, this is one that splits archetypal families. A couple of them do that, not all of them do. There are 9 families of archetypes. This is simultaneously the wisdom family and the divine family, and I gotta tell you, oh, the alchemist. The shadow is really toxic. So this is the shadow work. Just buckle up, right? Shadow attribute, misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. Because, you know, candle wax doesn't leave a paper trail. I might write a book. Fiction. Informed on fact. The light attribute you're shooting for here. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, like you wanna. Black candles and rusty nails at midnight on a Saturday, moon in Capricorn. But it's doing the alchemy from lead to gold. So you literally have the alchemy card, the alchemy archetype for a shadow read. All right, we're off to the races. Let's keep clarifying here. This is the main energy, right? The 8th chakra. Everything else is going to help you get clarity on that. Please take a nice deep breath. To the fucking races. First read of the day. I already had a meeting with Maul Flanders. She came to the house. She brought me some kind of bakery confection that looks like it's 10,000 calories a bite. I'll be doing that in microdoses today. I didn't have any yet. This is just me. Breathe. Well, with a lot of coffee. My angels and archangels of air, my Raphaelites, please. One card in clarity for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun. Watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with the alchemist archetype. It could be they're dealing with somebody else. Absolutely possible. It could be a situation themselves where alchemy is just happening everywhere. And ain't that true? Saturn retrograde and Mercury about to go. So what is the healing angel, healing with the angels oracle, they most need to call upon, work with, think about, focus on this Sag to gem? The card of focus. You are fixed air, focused air. There you go. The healing angel of focus would really help you to do the alchemy in terms of perhaps internal focus. Like, what is it that I'm feeling? Great book by Matt Kahn. We're using his healing mantra deck, second to last card down. Whatever arises, love that. Just Google it. He's done tons of YouTubes. His YouTube channel was a lifesaver to me. 3 years ago in particular, Dark Night of the Soul time for me, I went through all what everybody else is going through 3 years ago. Yeah. Sometimes they send the witch ahead, right, to clear the path. But certainly focus on that. Whatever arises, love that. Really is saying. Now, you did have another card pop out, ideas and inspiration, so we're just going to cross that with that. So focus on your ideas and inspiration. That we have so much conditioning, our belief systems, and it's biochemical. People don't realize that. It's like our emotions are biochemical, our thoughts and belief systems, right, are what create those chemicals subconsciously, like 99% of the time. So to pull up to the stratosphere, fixed air, to me that is Aquarius. It's that higher point of view. It's the GPS point of view. So if you can get up, if you can really focus, go further in and higher up, if you want to C.S. Lewis it, you know, you could really see and focus. And as a result, your ideas about things would shift because of inspiration coming in from higher than the third eye or the crown, right? That 8th chakra deal. That's in my book, Words of Grace, if you want to check it out, right? The crown chakra graces are the grace of wisdom and the grace of illumination. The third eye is the grace of knowledge and the grace of clarity, because what's the point of knowledge if you don't have clarity? All right, let's ground this for you, because this is very, very Aquarian. We're going to do the crystal oracle here to get you a message, and perhaps if you have the stone or want the stone that's indicated here, you'll see. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons, element of the north, powers of earth, My beloved, beloved, beloved Archangel Ariel, I adore you so. The Emerald Flame, the heart of the Emerald Flame of Ariel, please. One card in clarity for my beloved Aquarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. God, I've been with so many Aquarians, freaks of the zodiac. Please, she lets me say that. She knows. Please, one card in clarity for my beloved Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, Alchemizing the Alchemist. Chapter 3, Alchemizing the Alchemist. Working with the tandem healing legions of the Healing Angel of Focus and the Healing Angel of Ideas and Inspiration, which is going to help them see things from a higher perspective so that they can do this alchemy, this shadow work. What's the crystal oracle you got for them this Sag full moon to Gemini new? Not blue, not green. It's aquamarine. We're painting the roses red. Painting the roses red. Comment if you know what that's from. Yeah, I was exposed to that under certain chemicals in the 80s, and it never went away. Aquamarine. Here we go. We watched Xanadu. I couldn't speak after that for a good 3 hours. Now, aquamarine, obviously with the word aqua in it, we're looking at something emotional here. So let me give you, oh, very lovely. Let me give you the key words. Moderation, everything in moderation, and know thyself, the two things written above the arch of the entrance to the Temple of Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi in Greece. Moderation, energy, tolerance, gentleness, compassion, feminine, as in feminine energy, and goddess. That's pretty hot. Whether male or female, you can overcome a current conflict by reflecting upon and applying moderation, tolerance, gentleness, and compassion. These qualities are not a weakness, rather they are strengths. What is called for at present is greater compassion and tolerance coupled with a patience and gentleness. It is possible to resolve things in an amicable way to create a positive outcome for all involved, which absolutely says that there is an alchemy here involving other people. Now that changes the Ascended Masters now to soul contract, whether it's soul group, soul family, twin flame, soulmate. We'll see when we get there. As you look back on the current episode, you will realize a valuable lesson. Compassion and tolerance are signs of maturity and strength of character. They are qualities that infuse all with love and light. And somebody's got to speak up. I hardly coughed at all this morning. The pollen here is nuts. I'm not even allergic, and it's nuts. So someone's got to cough something up here. Someone's got to spit something out and say something. But to do it with that compassion, that kindness, to tap into your feminine energy. Look, the rise of the feminine tide is happening, whether people like it or not. Oh, I'm doing the Deepak Chopra, Alicia Keys thing, a 21-day free meditation. Usually he does it with Oprah. He's doing it with, I'm subscribed, so I get the email. So good. So good. Because why? Why? Because we've been out of the masculine-feminine balance on this planet since who knows how long, right? And that's what we're seeing in our culture, right? And why, you know, what was once considered weird and freaky 30 years ago, in the New Age 80s and the New Age 90s, really is 30 years ago, you know, now is like commonplace. Like chakras are everywhere. You can get a room designed with a chakra pattern now for way more money than necessary, right? So that feminine energy, that goddess. Now look, I pray every morning to the mother of all. All right, call it what you want, but she said to me before there was the Tao, the T-A-O, there was me. I was like, so totally blew my mind. So, you know, you find that divine feminine energy within you any way that you do, but it's there. Everybody's a balance of both, and really the truth of who we are is neither masculine nor feminine, but the unity of that down here polarizes. Yeah. And by the way, it'll absolutely key you into intuition. And like it says, when you look back at this, right, the inspiration that you're getting now, if you can really focus on that, you will see this from a higher point of view. And maybe this is about a situation you've been carrying or recently went through, right, that you have to alchemize the lead to gold. Now, don't try and do it for somebody else. You can't. The best you can do is alchemize yourself. even if you're dealing with somebody who is misusing their spiritual practice, which I don't misuse my spiritual practice, I surrender before I do it, and I say, you show me what to do, and then I do my best. Yeah, that's all any of us can do, right? What is it? Prayer is asking, or prayer is talking to the divine, meditation is making space to listen. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's get some tarot on the table, right? Because we've got now 3 oracles and a healing system. Let's do Daughters of the Moon to see what's going on in your heart, throat, third eye, and crown, the divine feminine aspect. This is my goddess deck. Then we'll get the mythic tarot and look at what's going on in your masculine energy, the outside world, either you from the outside looking in this situation or some aspect of it to help you GPS it. Pin. Breathe. May I call you by name? My goddesses of air and the sign of Aquarius. Athena, goddess of wisdom, who shares the throne with this guy over here. We'll get to him in a bit, please. 1 card in clarity, my beloved gray-eyed goddess of combat and wisdom. Strategy, the liberator, right? The one who taught us how to use utensils, please, brought us society, manners, boundaries from a real air, clear place. Maybe not so heart-centered 24/7, but yeah. What's going on for them? Heart, throat, third eye, crown, please. In this situation, alchemizing the alchemist with focus, ideas, inspiration, and aquamarine. This full moon in Sag, waning to new in Gem. Oh, now this deck is really different from what you see in traditional tarot based on the Rider-Waite deck, and blessed be Pamela Coleman Smith, right? None of us would have a career without her. She designed the deck. Know your ancestors. But usually the 10 of Wands, oh, it's a burden, and that may be, but not in this card usually. This is the Hora. My mother divorced my father and married her divorce lawyer. That's what I call my mother and my stepfather, Hera and Zeus, right? So I get that air. Like, I really get that kind of a teacher and a lawyer, right? So I really get that Aquarian perspective, though none of them are necessarily Aquarian sun signs. But to get that, why I say that is that's when they do the Hora. Nebula, that's the word on the card, right? Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings, right? So this is something that you've been working on for a long time and are in a completion. You're at the end of a cycle of desire, but you may not be feeling that way, right? Because of the alchemy. But this is saying it's time to put an end to something. Now, that's not always a bad thing. Like, okay, how many friends do I know who went for bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and they all had to learn Hebrew? I don't know if they ever used it again after that, but you know, or think graduating, oh, we're going into June, graduation month, right? So use that as a symbol. What are you graduating from? Because this is a dance of completed desire, not necessarily a burden, but if it's a burden, it's a burden. Only you know that in a general read. Let's see what's going on outside. Oh, here we go. Well, you liked Athena. Let's see what Heracles has to say. Please take a nice deep breath. The hero. The hero rather than the villain. You know, the thing about Heracles, that's his Greek name. The Romans turned it into Hercules to get rid of Hera's name from it, which I understand. Misogyny, even back then. But he wasn't a nice guy. So talk about alchemy, right? It's like he had his powers stripped away from him because essentially he killed his wife and kids, right? Matricide, you know, not really great. In the Furies don't like that kind of stuff. So his 12 labors were about getting that power back. So if we look at the guilt and the shame that we carry with us, right? I could see how that could be overwhelming. But I think there is a real healing here for you working with your feminine energy. I think that's where your graduation is, right? But an aquamarine, now they're saying, look, aquamarine, depending on the setting and the stone, you can get it. I've never really seen it tumbled. I guess you get it tumbled. You can get a chunk of it, tiny, relatively cheap, but buyer beware. Aquamarine comes in so many different shades. The person who's selling it to you might not know it's aquamarine. Yeah, we're good? Okay. Thank you, my gem and mineral guides. Breathe. Back to Heracles, my beloved hero. I love you so much. Please, 1 card in clarity. My gods of air and the sign of Aquarius. Please, one card in clarity for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. Alchemizing the Alchemist with the healing angels of focus and ideas and inspiration, working with Aquamarine. They've got this 10 of flames. Havana Gila, we did it. We got married. I'm a man. I'm a woman. What's this look like on the outside? This full in Sag to new and gem. I love this card. King of Pentacles. Oh, bring me a King of Pentacles. The Capricorn card in this deck, I mean, literally, there's a mountain goat behind him. That's pretty cool. And I believe that's Midas of the golden touch there. But look, King of Pentacles, Capricorn, is Saturn energy. You could be dealing with somebody who's a teacher here, right? Because Saturn, the teacher of hard knocks, the father energy, there could be a father issue going on for you, either with your father or someone who's holding that vibe for you, or this is how you are coming off. And I have to say, this is a lovely energy. This could also say, internally, you have reached a new level. I don't think this means you're done with this person necessarily. I don't get a bad feeling with this, but I do feel like your father issues might be triggered by somebody. Saturn is the father, Cancer is the mother. Sorry, I didn't make it that way. Don't cancel me on that. Silly thing to be canceled for. Anyway, astrological interpretation, you're canceled. Oh yeah, Uranus is retrograde. I love that joke. So stupid. I have one joke stupider than that, but maybe another time. So this is great. For tarot narrative, I really don't get, like, you hear it all the time now on YouTube. I read energies, right? And I'm an empath, I'm a Pisces moon. I can feel that. This feels good. But you might need to see this from, see, the crown chakra is the penthouse. The 8th chakra is the satellite, right? You want that GPS POV. E-I-E-I-O. Work. Here we go. Mentioned it before. Matt Kahn, really just binge watch his channel. You'll be guided to what you need to see. He's so good. He really is. I've never met him, right? This is a Hay House product. I don't work for them. Nobody's paying me on the side for any of this. A spiritual teacher, right? If this is a spiritual teacher, I'm just going to say, because I'm a spiritual teacher, have been for a wicked long time. What a spiritual teacher ultimately does is shares what works for them, but usually and better only when questions are asked, right? Do not answer questions that haven't been asked. You know what you should do? I'm just going to fucking tell me anyway. Ugh, walls up, pull up the drawbridge. Let's get you the healing mantra here from the Ascended Masters, and I'm going to save soul contracts, right? Because this Aquamarine talks about some kind of relationship where the problem, the situation is really, you can't do this only with your mind. Yes, you need to pull up into something above the mind. Does that make sense? Just don't third eye this. The third eye can see illusion as easily as truth, but never at the same time. You can't see two worlds at once, right? You're either seeing through a glass darkly or the lens has been cleared. Did I just give you New Testament? Hi, Jay. Isha J. Yo, Isha J. I'm an eclectic. If you don't like it, hard left. Healing mantra deck, please take a nice deep breath. At least I'm fun. Oh, here we go. My Ascended Masters of soul contracts, to which I'm so infinitely connected every single day. Since jump, please, one card in clarity from my beloved, beautiful Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this read. Alchemizing the Alchemist with the healing angels of ideas, inspiration, and focus, which kind of speaks for itself. Working with Aquamarine, that goddess energy, that feminine energy, that compassion, right? That compassion, that kindness, that patience, that flow of Aquamarine, right? It's got to be a Pisces stone, Aquamarine. With that 10 of flames on the inner, which does not, there may be some burdens that they have been through, but they've reached the end of that cycle, and there is a manifestation of desire within them. They got something that they wanted, but with that King of Pentacles on the outside, it feels like this was slow and steady wins the race if this is them, or they're dealing with somebody that not necessarily a Capricorn. But Capricorn is 10th house, highest potential. And if we knew what our highest potential was, we would never go for it, right? Think about Moses. Oh, now I'm giving you Old Testament. Moses. Take my people across the desert for 40 years, don't actually get there. If you don't know that Moses didn't actually make it, did you not at least watch the movie? Moses. Work, Eve, work. Here we go. Ascended Masters, what's their perfect healing mantra to help them with this full moon in Cap to New? in GEM. Celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Oh, ain't that the truth? Can I tell them this? All right. So here's the thing. I was trying to crank out like 10,000 videos a day like these kids on their cell phones, and I'm 52. Thank you. I know I don't look it. And it was burning me out. And so I was doing less the more I tried to do. And this mantra came along, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm an artist. I'm going to do my hair and the lighting and the makeup and pray and meditate and do yoga and drink coffee and all of that. I'm a witch. I'm going to give you the best that I got every single time, right? That authenticity. So in a way, it got very, very simplified. And so just put it out for... And they literally said to me, screw your numbers, right? Your numbers don't matter anymore. We are in Armageddon, honey. Symbolically speaking. It's true. We're in the judgment day. Part of it, if you've noticed. Celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. When there are fewer details to manage, you are able to receive more joy. The more commitments that pile up in your life, the less likely you are to find the time to take everything in. Once all moving parts have been arranged in a proper working balance, simplicity can be celebrated, and you can glean the most benefit from your reality. This mantra is ideal for creating stronger boundaries. Hello, Frisco. Healing your inner people pleaser. Inner people pleasing usually comes from divine feminine empaths anyway, so if you don't know, you got that divine feminine energy. See, here's the thing, it's really toxic. It's called passive narcissism, not active narcissism aggressing. We know that one, that's obvious. And people don't even realize they're doing it, it's so subconscious. Where you feel other people's pain and discomfort in your own cell tissue, and you don't like how it feels, so you people please them so that they feel better, so that you feel better. Instead of having a boundary and saying, oh, that's you. Okay, bless you. Oh, you're in pain. That's all really empathy is supposed to be, aside from a healing modality in and of itself. Shadow work for sure. But it's diagnostic to say, oh, that's what you're feeling. Okay, that's not me. And if you walk away 40 feet, usually energetic fields can disconnect enough where it's not such a direct link. And so that's why I go out and smoke a cigarette. Those situations. American Spirit Yellow. It's like a vitamin with a filter. And this last part of this, finding moments of serenity. Yeah, you need to get up in that 8th chakra. And that's what that's saying. Get up in the... Don't try and organize everything and get it all together and then get up in the 8th chakra. No. Do not purify yourself before coming to me. I am the purifier. A Course in Miracles, right? Go as is. Come as you are. Here I am, right? Help me see this clearly. And honestly, the prayer for a miracle in A Course in Miracles, certainly could say, God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, whoever, give me a miracle. But really, the true prayer for a miracle is help me see this differently, which is very much the hangman, which is not here. But so that you can celebrate simplicity. It's going to free up your creativity. It's going to really help you feel what you're feeling. And honestly, you've learned, you've attained, and now maybe you're really ready to be the king you were destined to be, regardless of gender. I've been saying to a lot of men lately, you show up as a page, we can chat. You show up as a prince, we'll play. You show up as a knight, maybe you can take me out. You show up as a king. See that look? yeah. Let's get our last card down now. This is the Party Turner deck. All of a sudden, the party hath been turned. The Whispers of Love Oracle love this deck. Because all of a sudden, it's like soulmate. Fuck, I thought this was about my mom. Nope. Let's see what it has to say. These are the voices of the higher selves of all involved, so not just you. Anybody who's involved in this, please take a nice deep breath. Literally, my feet are on the floor, but just the balls of my feet trying to keep a toe in this world so I just don't astral project around Uranus, which is your ruling planet. Please breathe. I'm having a field day. If you're annoyed, sorry, not sorry. Authenticity or death. The higher selves of all involved. Yeah, I wonder how much of this has to do with being authentic. Please, one card in clarity. For the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. It's definitely a soul contract. I feel it. I don't know if it's other people, plural, or one person in particular they're dealing with here. but with that Capricorn on top of it. There are boundaries and limits, right? Didn't this just talk about boundaries and limits? Saturn ruled Capricorn, the ring around the rosy, so to speak, ring around the rosebud. That's bad. Okay, ruling by Uranus. So what is there? You know, when the majority of your spirit guides are called the Shecky Collective, what's their whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, and insight they need. This full moon in Sagittarius, waiting to new in Gemini. They're like, yeah, clairvoyance and clairaudience for fun and profit. Spend some quality time together. Snort. This could be family, general read, but let's look at it this way. It says it is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other. That's going to help you create some simplicity here. Do recommend it face-to-face if doable. Why? Because we're looking at the King of Pentacles on the outer here. This is about your highest potential, regardless if this is you or somebody else. Now, it is climbing a mountain, and not even a mountain goat runs up a mountain. Some of them do, right? But I think when one falls off, the rest of them are like, let's not try that for a while, or over there, right? Take your time on this. This is simpler than you think it is, but there's so much data. Oh, you're an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I have no planets in Aquarius. I said it is my 7th house. I'm usually attracted to them. I've dated all of them, right? So that you see that larger holographic picture from that 8th chakra, from that higher point of view. Working with these healing angels are going to be really good for you, even if you just make the prayer or whatever you do, light a candle, or I don't know, some incense, power of air. Show me the truth, only the truth that I absolutely need to see today, this minute, sometimes, because that truth that you need is actually coming from here. And if you're stuck in your head and your heart's not open, that's the imbalance here for you, and that's what's making it complicated. Thinking that, well, if I rise above my emotions and just look at them, they will make sense. Oh, no. When you see things from the highest point of view, your heart blasts open because you see the perfection of it all. And that at core, and this is so annoyingly cliche, we are love, right? But it's true. It is true. It is it's the spirit that incarnates into matter, love into form. Let me put it together in a prayer for you, shall we? Let's just call it a blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, Athena, Hercules, the ascended masters of soul contracts, and the higher selves of all involved, please may this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Sagittarius, waning to new in Gemini, so they can do the shadow work, working with aquamarine and former and energy for that feminine goddess energy, that compassion, that patience, that kindness that will help open their heart as they call upon the healing angels of ideas and inspiration with focus to see things from the highest, purest vision of their soul. Not survival intuition of the lower 3 chakras, not even the creative intuition of heart, throat, third eye, crown. The visionary intuition, the off-planet, see the big picture deal that will open their heart, helping them alchemize from misuse of the power and knowledge that comes from through spiritual practice to transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, because they're at that completion point. They've reached a graduation, a boiling point. Done, cake done. But this step-by-step, strong, stable, cardinal, creative earth, set boundaries, clear but wealthy, compassionate, whether that's them or someone else, so that they can really create the simplicity. The potential here is huge for them because they are more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain, so that maybe they can spend some quality time together, because it is imperative that they spend quality time with those they are in significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other for their healing, for the healing of the other. And honestly, with what's going on planet Earth, my pantheons of the divine, as it heals in them, may it be healed in all of us, that we may be authentic and true and celebrate the simplicity that love is always the fucking answer. So no debate. And so it is. And yes, I'm allowed to drop F-bombs in prayer. I was a high priest and elder of a coven for decades, a minister. Yeah. I got some serious fifth dimensional street cred, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like it. Want more, subscribe. Do you like the music? I do. This is a theme song that was created for me. Janet Grace. You're not an aquarium, but if anybody knows her, tell her I said so. Otherwise, read my book, share all of that lovely, lovely YouTube-y stuff. Otherwise, really, truly, good luck with these retrogrades, I'm here for you, and you've got this. Just be authentic. Be to thine own self be true, my darlings, because I love me some aquariums. My aqua lungs, hell. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.